questions. No, no, no. I knew everything. Science was an idol I bowed to daily. And through science came a confidence that kept me secure. All the riddles of life had been answered. And I was of the wisest of men, for I was privy to the secrets of the universe. I was a scientist, a physician. The mystery of the stars were at my fingertips. And just as surely as the world was flat, I knew everything. All right! This bloody man was brought to my door one night. He did not realize it at the time. But almost without realizing it, I began to consider the absurd notion that a realm of enlightenment existed that I knew nothing of. A realm that could only be known through a truth that I was ridiculously ignorant of. The truth of love. All right. Don't you know what time it is?
Sorry for the trouble. Please help us with this.
I'll be all right, Barnabas. Don't bother anyone.
From the looks of your face, don't know what can be done. All right. Sit here on this bench. You'll have to fetch some water, sir. I haven't got a winch. Seems most girls are squeamish, and a whore will never do. A physician's life is grim from a romantic point of view. In my short life, I've had a lot of women who cheat you of all that you got. If I can find one who's kind, I'd never leave her.
You sound lonely.
Oh, are you a philosopher too?
No, but I do have something that just might help you. There's a secret I must tell, a seed I must sow.
And what does it cost, this secret you know?
It's not for sale. I know a man raised from the dead.
Just as I thought. You were hit too hard in the head.
No, what he speaks of is what we profess.
Oh, you too? Okay, I'll examine you for stress.
All right. We have problems at first. But when you understand the law, then you escape the curse.
Never mind this gibberish. Just tell me how you got this way.
He was stoned in Lystra, brutally today.
Did you strike back? Lay down on the bed.
No, we turn the other cheek.
Then you're lucky you're not dead. Your eyes will never be the same, and you'll be in pain for weeks. You better be glad that in Lystra you ran out of cheeks.
You believe in God, I can see it in your eyes. It's no great departure for you to realize that God let his son die to show us his love. He was raised from the dead, that much we're sure of.
Don't waste your time. I've heard this before. Now I've heard enough, so don't bother me anymore. Save your old weary stones, avoid the stones. Now you can leave, sir. How could anyone have known the turmoil he put inside me? There was not one thing in my life that I loved so much that I would suffer for it. And here was a man who was almost killed for a belief. What passion. Paul and Barnabas visited every town. I myself would have bypassed Lystra, but not Paul. In every town, they strengthened the churches, ultimately returning to Antioch where they stayed. And the church prospered. Then, controversy came. Circumcision. In our day, religious issues were different. Baptisms, communions, catechisms, all these things were practical common knowledge without argument. But circumcision, the removal of foreskin, was part of God's contract with Abraham. Even after Gentiles were allowed in the church, strong Jewish influences still maintained that all Gentiles must observe Jewish laws and traditions. Many Jewish Christians insisted that all male Gentile Christians be circumcised. For the Jews, it was a deep theological concern and a vital point of doctrine. But for the Gentiles, it all came down to this. Obviously, the Gentiles were none too happy. Paul and Barnabas went to Jerusalem and conferred with the brothers there until they reached agreement. All of the law was fulfilled through Jesus Christ. Circumcision was no longer relevant. It was a happy day for the Gentiles, except for the few who had surrendered to the painful ordeal the day before the meeting took place. Peter decided to take his wife and visit the church in Antioch. He'd never worshipped with Gentiles before.
Oh, grab your brother and make him sing along. God chose the Jews to teach the nations that he is righteous and without doubt. I'm telling you, the new sensation is through Jesus. God loves the Gentiles. Yes, God loves the child of Abram. Yes, God loves the race of Jews. Oh, but God loves to have a party. Yes, God loves the Gentiles too. Well, God looked out over Israel and saw law keepers, but saw no smiles. Then God looked down on this here party and said,
Heaven needs some Gentiles.
yes, God loves the child of Abram. Yes, God loves the race of Jews. Oh, but God loves to have a party. Yes, God loves the Gentiles too. Well, I am glad I'm saved, I must whisper. Let me hear my brother Jew gets round. But if I shout, he just might join me. And for you know it, he's Gentile. Yes, God loves the child of Abram. Yes, God loves the race of Jews. Oh, but God loves to have a party. Yes, God loves the Gentiles too. Yes, God loves the child of Abram. Yes, God loves the race of Jews. Oh, but God loves to have a party. Yes, God loves the Gentiles too. Yes, God loves the Gentiles too. Yes, I love